Clara, and I'm from Lincolnville, Maine. This is a poem that I've written as my personal manifesto. CSG is real life, and it isn't always pretty, picture perfect, so starting this any other way would be dishonest. People here are flawed, and they are strong. So in an effort to be flawed and strong, it only seems right to say that CSG is real life. When I came here, I thought this place would be like those infuriating books where absolutely everything goes right, and to my joy and frustration, it wasn't like that. When I came here, I was an artist and a quiet writer. I was an enthusiastic runner and an obsessive self-critic. Here, I am still an artist, and I am still a writer. I'm still a runner, and I'm less of a self-critic. I value the courage to be home in every place, the courage to rebuild oneself time after time among new people who are rude and perfect and kinder than chamomile tea. I value learning how to think and not what to think. I value understanding that if you didn't get the answer in the back of the book, you've got to keep working, because there won't always be answers in the back of the book. I didn't know I could jump off an oak branch and orchestrate something melodic and powerful on the way down, because falling is the only time I'm simultaneously burning and sprouting. I didn't know my words could be like Italian lights in the Christmas snow, that they could twinkle and soar and matter, and that pages of letters could be pages of change. I didn't know that if I sang to people I've never seen before, I can see each of their faces in painful detail. I can see their eyes and their scarves and their shoelaces all in a whirlwind. I didn't know that stories could have so much power that even if I can't tell my own, I can listen to the stories of others. I didn't know that those stories could keep my heart from shattering, and even if it does shatter, I can take those pieces and plant them in the sandy soil on Maine's jagged coastline and grow something. I'm a mirror painted with chalkboard paint, and someone scratched off the paint in the shape of curiosity, so now I see myself being built from glass and concrete. Even through that state of mirroring, I am wild, and I am of the forest, and I am of the ocean. I can fall with my heartstrings on the tip of a knife, and even if it hurts more than giving up, I'm getting somewhere good and painful. Inside this wild part of myself, all the trees were meant to be climbed, all the poems were meant to be screamed at the sky, and all the sad songs were meant to be sung. All the flowers are built to fearlessly stay exactly where they are. This wild part of myself is good at loving from a distance. I have so little space at CSG that I have learned how to breathe minutely and almost imperceptibly. This is not natural. I was not meant to have to breathe this way, but I've learned that in a community, you have to express your actions. I have learned that to love something means you will need to learn how to not control it. I've learned to love these girls with the kind of love that is piney and green and lingers forever. And even though we drive each other crazy, I love them because they are the most phenomenal kind of admirable. The story of us is one that starts and ends in a van, driving through the darkness, with the radio up loud and everyone singing along fearlessly. And Lindsay keeps saying how much she loves this, and we're all realizing how much we love it too. That being said, this place is still real life, and sometimes I don't want to laugh. And when I make the decision to let that go and just be, I'm the kind of courageous that I value most. When I'm the kind of tired that doesn't ever really go away, and I do not want to move because the tiredness is too thick and gray, I move anyway. I make the conscious and joyful decision to keep relearning how to be alive. And even though time after time the tiredness becomes deeper, I'm stronger because I didn't give up to that fatigue. Here I have learned that even through all the sharp words and long nights and grudging kindnesses, these friendships are the ones that will carry me home. From Asha, I have learned dignity. From Priscilla, I have learned perseverance. From Alyssa, I have learned authentic joy. From Annabee, I've learned persistence. From Ashley, I've learned poise. From Tessa, I've learned how to have belief in my convictions. And from Maya, I've learned how to be okay with myself. From Lily, I've learned unimaginable tact. And from Kat, I've learned unending calmness. From Greta, I've learned exquisite kindness. And from Lindsay, I've learned social awareness. From Anna I've learned how to be passionate in what I say. And from Sam, I've learned perpetual resilience. From Kylie, I've learned classiness. And from Zoe, I've learned remarkable grace. From Kira, I've learned gutsy determination. And from Colleen, I've learned how to exist creatively. And from Mary, I've learned that it's okay to not understand exactly what I'm feeling. From all these lovely people, I've learned that I've always been all those things, but being immersed in it all has been beautiful and humbling. I wish I could take every moment I've had with these girls with me. I wish I could melt them into a poetic mass and melt it. I wish I could take every single silence with me. I wish I could melt it into a poetic mass of perfect discord. I wish I could take the silences, because they taught me to honor the value of not saying anything, of being heartbroken and complex and content all at once and not having to say anything about it. I wish I could take the tiny white gold Italian lights around the yurt with me. I wish I could wrap them around my room and my heart and my feet. I can carry that spark with me. I believe in deciding not to stop, even when everyone said it was time to stop. I see injustice in human carelessness. I see injustice in the amount of impact humans have had on the land in so little time. I see injustice in keeping marine animals captive. I see injustice in homophobia. I see injustice in deforestation and racism and dishonesty. I see it in infantilization and the unthinking theft of another's dignity. These human rights mean respect and civility and unwavering courage. These rights mean speaking up and out and refusing to shut up. The world's actions are about what can I take from this land, what can it give to me, and I believe in what can I learn from this land, what can I do for it. Humanity needs more silence and more long, slow runs in the rain. It needs more hand-holding and more loud singing with the windows down. It needs more innovation and more red nail polish. It needs more kindness and more wholeheartedness. It needs more fast showers and smiling at strangers. The planet needs more people who are loud and eloquent. It needs more consideration for our future and less obsession with ourselves. It needs more, I'm doing this because this is the right thing to do, and less, I'm doing this because someone told me to. I could talk for hours about people and how they were so kind that it broke my heart. I could talk about how their eyes sparkled and that they said thank you, even though they had no reason to. I feel compelled to convince people that they matter. Their actions matter. What they think matters. What they say matters. What they believe in matters, and it is a truly beautiful thing when a group of people who believe in the power of their convictions speak together. When I speak, I want to make people notice that every single choice they make has an impact, and a whole host of these good choices mean that change can happen. When I read phenomenal books, I see the kind of communicator I aspire to be. When I see great photography, I see worlds I do not know but have learned to love. If I had to be thoroughly worn out while working for something, I would want what I was doing to make a difference for the world, for a single person. I will write a book that makes someone laugh and cry and be a different person when they finished it. I want to be exhausted while hiking a mountain and protesting an unjust law. I have a skill of listening. It really isn't all that hard. You sit very still and you look someone in the eyes. You nod and you share their overwhelming joy, their excruciating pain, and their utter confusion, and work to simply be there. I have the skill of speaking out, and I believe in the ability of a single voice to make a difference. Even more than that, I believe that if people are convinced that their voices do matter, then they will speak loudly and more courageously, and that can make a change. If I could give a gift to the world, I'd give them vibrance and peppermint tea. I would give the world the guts to ask more questions. I would give the world the motivation to stop and look and listen and keep looking and keep listening. I would challenge the world to be amazed by simple things. I can take action. I can write essays that are powerful and carefully put together. Communication is at the heart of everything I believe in. Words are weapons and loving hands.